question?
Do you want the ducks fed before they get fried?
No, I want them hungry. Cook, dinner will be served at 7:30. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I've been awfully rude. You see, it's a butler's job to make sure everyone is comfortable. And from the looks on your faces, I venture to guess you haven't got a clue. But don't worry, you're not alone. We're all in this together. At any rate, not to fear. If I've done my calculations correctly, the guests should be on their way. Don't be alarmed. That's just the maid in the hall with the champagne for it. It's time to meet our guests. Right on time. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm not sure if I'm in the right place.
Indeed, sir. You are expected, Colonel. May I take your coat? It is Colonel Mustang, isn't it?
No, that's not my actual name. My name is Theodore,
Pardon me, sir, but you may well feel obliged to my employer for the use of a pseudonym.
oh, no, thank you. I took an antihistamine before I came here.
You bet. Will you attend to the Colonel and give him anything he requires?
We monsieur.
Within reason, madam.
You spoil all my fun. Do you know who I am?
Only that you are to be known as Mrs. White.
Ironic, isn't it? The letter I received said I should refer to myself by that name. But why?
Mrs. White, have you met our maid, Yvette? You two know each other?
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life. Hello.
Hello.
Behold, said the Lord, cry and bring the flood of water upon this earth to destroy all flesh.
But you're madam.
Speaking of flesh,
Mrs. Peacock,
look,
look, you two know each other?
don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this one before in my life. Who are you?
Hold that thought.
Is this Stranger Street Miss Spotty?
You must be Mr. Green.
Yes.
Sit! Not you, sir.
Oh, excuse me. I'm rather clumsy potty today.
My apologies, sir.
Oh dear. Is there a cat? Or can I handle lotion?
Keep on the pseudonym. It clears the dried up.
Cook.
Kindly.
Greetings all. It's a pleasure for you to see me.
Professor Plum, Miss Scarlett. I didn't realize you two were acquainted.
We weren't. My car broke down and this professor gave me a ride.
Naughty Miss Scarlett. And the party's barely begun. Ooh, cocktail hour. I only drink on 2 occasions. Day and night.
Good Lord, this really is a party. Jesus Christ, what is this godforsaken place anyway?
I'll thank you, keep our Lord Jesus Christ out of this.
This old place, this is Body Manor. Cook, dinner?
Directly.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are all met. Allow me to introduce myself. My name's Wadsworth, the butler. You may not realize that tonight nobody is being addressed by their real name. I suggest you refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. Dinner.
I haven't even finished my champagne.
That was more like a cocktail minute.
You really ought to keep her waiting. She's cooking and cranky. Follow me, please, to the dining room. Colonel Mustard, Mrs. White, Mrs. Peacock, Mr. Green, Miss Scarlett, and Professor Plum. You will find your names by your places. Please be seated.
This is the
This
it's supposed to be hot.
Thank you, Lord, for this meal we're about to receive, and to our gracious host, whomever he is, for inviting us here tonight.
Maybe the host isn't here because the host is dead.
I'm feeling awfully anxious.
Well, I guess I'll wait, guys. I'm used to being host after all. It's a part of my husband's work. Plus, I always host the ladies here for my church on Sundays. It can be difficult when a group of friends meet for the first time, so I guess I'll get the ball rolling. I mean, I have no idea what we're doing here, but I'm very intrigued and, oh my, wasn't that soup just delicious?
I think hosting parties is definitely boring.
Well, it's an integral part of my life as the wife of a... Oh, well, I forgot we're not supposed to say who we really are.
How do we all?
How do you know who I am?
I'm a politician too.
Oh, so you're a politician's wife.
Yes, I am.
So, who's your husband? Maybe I. No.
This is why. What is your husband?
Nothing. Well, he just lies around on his back all day. Sounds like hard work to me. He lies around on his back because he's no longer alive.
What are you doing, Washington? Mr. Green?
I better not say. I like to follow the rules.
Oh, come on now. How are we supposed to get acquainted if we don't say anything about ourselves? I mean, no judgments here. We're all God's children.
I don't believe in God.
Well, if I was trying to keep this conversation going, we ought to be sitting here in an embarrassed silence.
In my professional opinion, it sounds like you have a case of fear sinusitis.
Is that an official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
I know a little bit of psychological medicine, yes.
Do you practice?
Not anymore. I currently work for the government.
Another politician.
Not exactly. I do research for the Office of Social and Behavioral Studies. In other words, I study crazy. And I'm good at it.
Sounds interesting.
Thank you, Colonel. You are a real colonel, aren't you?
I am, sir.
Weren't you going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C.?
Wait, how do you know that?
Well, I've seen you before.
So I'm a scholar. Does that mean you live in Washington too?
I do everything in Washington, Mr. Green.
Does anyone here not live in Washington?
Motorist, I just had a bun at this. Where's our host and why have you been brought here?
Pardon me, please. Good evening, ma'am. You're eagerly awaited.
Thank you, officer. It's good to be home. Are the guests over here?
In the dining room, ma'am.
Right on schedule. I'll meet you with a study then as planned.
May I take your bags?
No, officer. I'll leave them with you.
They contain more evidence, I assume.
Never assume, officer. It's one of our residents first.
Oh, for God's sakes, I demand to know what's going on.
Right. I believe you all received the letter?
Yes, sir.
I did, yes, I did.
Do you have them with you? And am I correct that each of you were advised to be present this evening because a certain this body has offered to bring the end to a long-standing, confidential, and painful financial liability?
That's what I said, yes.
May I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
No!
In that case, may I suggest we go into the study for coffee and brandy, at which point your letters will be explained, and the game will be afoot.
What is this? What are you talking about? I don't like games.
I don't have a
Thank you, Yvette. That'll be all.
Well, where's our host?
She's not here. Nobody's here. What's happening?
Please, Mrs. Peacock, have a drink.
My lips belong to the Lord.
Mine don't. But,
Two Watford, open after dinner. It's free.
Achoo!
Gesundheit.
Sorry, der Willows we has one.
Right then. Are you all comfortable?
You make a good living.
Ladies and gentlemen, it seems that the six of you have something in common. You're all being blackmailed. For a considerable time, each of you have been paying for what you can afford, and in some cases, more than what you can afford, to someone who threatens to expose you.
Don't be ridiculous. No one could ever blackmail me. I go to church every Sunday.
yeah, lady, don't we all?
Until tonight, none of you knew who was blackmailing you, but I hope I'm correct that the more deductive among you have reasoned in the last several moments that it was, in fact, this body yourself. And the less discerning members of our cadre are making that particular revelation just about
Who's Mrs. Body?
now.
I'm very
My task this evening is to expose your secrets to each other, rendering you all culpable to each other's indiscretions.
Don't you think you could spare us the humiliation?
I'm sorry, but I have my orders. We'll start with you, Professor Plum.
What do you?
What's not nothing to do with it?
You were once a professor of psychiatry, specializing in patients suffering from delusions of grandeur, correct?
Yes, but I now work for the U.S. government.
So your work has not changed, but you can't practice medicine anymore, can you? Your license has been lifted.
Why? What did he do?
You know, what veiled doctors aren't supposed to do with their lady patients.
Yeah.
He did.
She couldn't help falling in love with me. It's not my fault I was born this attractive.
Are you making moral judgments, Mrs. Peacock? How then do you justify taking bribes in return for delivering Senator Peacock votes to certain lobbyists?
My husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing sinful about that.
Not if it's publicly declared, perhaps, but isn't it a sin if certain lobbyists are sneaking payments to a sneaky senator's wife under the stall in the men's room of Old Abbey Grill? How then would you describe that transaction?
I say, it stinks.
Were you in that men's room?
So it's true.
No, of course. It's a vicious lie.
Well, I'm willing to believe you. I too am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
Me too.
And me.
Not me.
You're not being blackmailed?
Well, I'm being blackmailed, all right, but I did what I'm being blackmailed for.
What did you do?
I run a specialized service which provides gentlemen with the company of the young lady.
An escort service in Washington?
How pathetic. A man who has to pay for women to spend time with him? That's a problem I'll never have.
James, is that how you know Corbin Russell works in Washington? Is he one of your clients?
Oh, certainly not.
I was asking him, Scott.
Well, you tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
So it is true.
A double negative.
Double negative. Wait, you mean you have photographs?
That sounds like a confession to me. It seems our double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of your guests?
You don't need any help from me, sir.
I'm surprised.
Colonel, you hold a sensitive security post in the Pentagon. Those negatives would certainly compromise your position.
Oh, and what position exactly were you caught in, Colonel?
This is an outrage.
Mrs. White, you've been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
I didn't kill my husband.
Then why do you pay the blackmailer?
Because I didn't want a scandal. We had a very humiliating public confrontation. He was deranged. He was a lunatic. He didn't seem to like me very much. He had threatened to kill me in public.
Why would he want to kill you in public?
I think she meant he had threatened to kill her in public.
And that was the final word of the matter?
Being killed is pretty final, wouldn't you say?
But he was the one who died, not you. Not you, Mrs. White.
What did the poor chap do for a living?
He was a scientist, nuclear physics. What was he like? He was a stupidly optimistic man. It came as a great shock to him when he died. He was found at home. His head had been chopped off, and so had his. Oh well, you know. But I've been out all evening at the movies.
What was showing?
The Naked Alibi.
I like the story.
Do you miss him?
Well, it's a matter of life after death. Now that he's dead, I have a life.
But he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
That was his job. He was an illusionist.
But he never reappeared.
He wasn't very good at illusion. But my third husband, well, I miss him the most. He was an electrician. Well, until he was electrocuted.
And lastly, Mr. Green, who is a homosexual.
Not me.
I beg your pardon.
As to the homosexual, I said not me.
I'm saying you're an idiot.
Roger Stewart's right. I am homosexual. I feel no personal shame or guilt about this. But I must keep it a secret or I'll lose my job with security units. Even though that's ridiculous because homosexuality is not a choice, but genetic predisposition. Thank you. Achoo!
Gesundheit.
God bless you.
Well, all right then, Wadsworth. Disclose all our names. Now what?
Yes, where is this Miss Body?
What does she want with us?
Who cares? I'm not waiting around here to find out. I've done nothing wrong. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry, madam. You can stay and deny all you want, but you're not leaving this house.
I am the wife of the great senator from Tennessee. You cannot tell me what to do. Locked.
Locked!
Indeed, all the doors are locked, the windows are barred, and the grounds are patrolled by vicious dogs. There's no way out.
How dare you!
Allow me to introduce this body, your host for the evening, and blackmailer for life.
Mrs. Watts. Study with her maid.
Pardon me, everybody, but there's one more piece of information you all would like to have.
What?
The police are coming.
What?
Why are the police coming? Why are they coming?
In less than an hour, the police will arrive. The bridge washed out from the rain. They're expecting to find one mastermind and the criminals he's detained.
That's us!
She's made it clear there's evidence here, and they have much to gain.
Oh,
Oh no!
Unless
Unless what?
you agree to double down.
Double what?
You each pay me twice what you've been paid, and I'll tell the police it was a phony call and send them on their way. You refused, and I put this briefcase containing all the evidence needed to prove your wrongdoings into the hands of the police and the press. I believe some of you would face a lifetime of jail and others a lifetime of shame. Unless
Unless what?
well, there is something else you can do for me. One little favor that could change the game. Something I just can't bear to do myself.
What?
Have a seat, please.
What is this about, man?
In this bag, there are 6 gifts I brought you from Washington. Things I thought you might find useful this evening. Open them.
Why not? I enjoy getting presents from strange people. The candlestick? What's this for?
A wrench?
A lead pipe.
A dagger!
a revolver.
Oh no, it's a rope. In your pants, you each have a lethal weapon. You all showed up here tonight because you believe that the evidence held against you is so terrible that you do almost anything to keep it a secret. I'm putting that theory to the test. Mr. Wadsworth here is the only other person who knows about your secrets, and it's costing me and you dearly to keep quiet. You see, I wouldn't have to double your payments if I didn't have to pay Mr. Wadsworth for his silence.
Mr. Wadsworth?
That's a lie.
He may look suave and charming,
Thank you.
but he's really conniving and manipulative.
False.
Why do you think he's called the police?
You called the police.
Only because she instructed me to do so.
Did I, or did Mr. Wadsworth call the police here himself so that he can carry out his great threat? Pay him more, or he reveals us and all our questionably legal behavior to the police.
I would never.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can manage to somehow get rid of Mr. Wadsworth, I'll have no need to increase your blackmail or expose you to the police. As a matter of truth, if you can somehow eliminate Wadsworth, who not only knows all of your secrets, but also mine, then perhaps I can find it in my heart to get rid of our blackmail altogether and be done with this terrible business once and for all.
Why? I'm us, Body. Why don't you do your dirty work yourself?
Why should I, when the 6 of you are so uniquely motivated?
Don't listen to her. She's a liar. I'm one of you. I'm being blackmailed all along with the rest of you.
Oh yeah? What did you do?
That's neither here nor there. The point is, I'm not a butler. I'm an indentured servant.
Don't make a scene, Wadsworth. It's over. The police are on their way. Ladies and gentlemen, now's your chance. Kill Wadsworth and be done with this terrible business once and for all.
Oh, thank God.
Is she breathing?
Stand back. She's dead.
Who had the gun?
I did.
So you shot her?
I did.
Well, if you did, then who did?
Somebody grabbed it out of my hand. Next thing I knew, the gun went off.
But there's no bullet wound.
He's right, there isn't. Look, there's a bullet lodge there.
So, how did she die?
One of us must have killed her.
I didn't do it.
I need a drink.
Maybe she was poisoned by the brandy.
It's right, it's right. It's right. Please don't back. I had to stop the screaming.
Was the brandy poison?
Looks like we'll never know.
Unless you guys do.
Hey, wait for me!
Who's in there? Who's screaming?
C'est moi!
Yvette?
Oui!
Yvette, are you alright?
No!
Yvette, are you alive?
Of course I'm alive. No thanks to you, Wadsworth, you idiot. You left us in the house with a murderer.
So the murderer is here.
We?
What took you so long?
Well, I'm an old woman and outright say in shock. It's amazing I met with her. I heard you in the study. One of you was the killer.
How could you hear us in the study?
I was listening. There's a tape recorder in the billiard room. Madam Body asked me to tape record your conversations.
Why would she ask you to record our conversation?
For more evidence, of course. When Walter's Peter secrets, they were all recorded in the study.
What a snake! I've got to destroy them. Where are the tapes?
Z's tapes? What about Z Body?
What body?
Body's body!
What do you got? Why were you screaming in there all by yourself?
I have 2 drinks of cognac. Maybe I'm poisoned too. Mom too. I can't stand here alone.
Don't worry, there's safety in numbers. I'll protect you. I'm very strong.
But one of you is the killer. Madam Body is dead.
And we have to figure out which one of them did it.
What do you mean? Which one of them?
Well, I didn't do it.
Well, one of us did. We all had the opportunity and the motive. Body was a bully and a liar to us all. I would have done it myself, but only the 6 of you had the access to a weapon.
Don't look at me. All I got was a candlestick.
Maybe it wasn't one of us.
Who else could it have been?
Who else is in the house?
Only
The clock!
The clock!
The cook's not here. Please!
I think you better explain yourself, Wadsworth.
Me? Why me?
Who else wanted to kill the cook?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How could you say something like this? I'll kill you next. I said if there's only one of you killing her and it's not me. It's Mrs. White.
I did nothing.
You paid the blackmailer. How many husbands did you have?
Mine or the woman's?
Yours!
5!
5?
Yes, just 5. Husbands should be like me, soft, strong, indisposable.
Who was it? What did that do?
He was Miss Peacock.
Yes, but I set it down.
Where?
In his study.
When?
I don't know, before he slept. After the assaulted, who knows? It could have been any one of us. It must have been Mr. Green.
Where is Mr. Green?
Can somebody Please help me!
Oh, here, get him up. Gentlemen, might I suggest we take the cook's body into the study?
Why?
Well, for starters, when the police arrive, we'll all be in custody and under suspicion for murder. And secondly, I'm the butler. I'd like to keep the kitchen tidy.
The body's gone! There's nobody!
Nobody? This is Bonnie's body? It's gone!
Maybe she wasn't dead.
She was.
Where is she?
She could have been dead.
She was dead. I mean, at least I thought she was.
Maybe there is life after that?
Life after death is improbable as sex after marriage.
Excuse me, where's the little girl's room? Movie Mama? No, I just didn't powder my nose. Toilet in the bedroom.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but we do currently have the small issue of 2 dead bodies. 1 missing, 1 present, and the imminent arrival of the police, who should be here in 37 minutes or so.
Monstrous, am I right in thinking there's nobody else in this house?
No.
Then there is somebody else in this house?
No, sorry, I said no, meaning yes.
No, I mean, just look, I want a straight answer. Is there somebody else in this house? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is or no, there isn't?
Yes.
There seems to be confusion about whether or not we are the only people in this house.
There isn't.
There isn't any confusion or there isn't any.
Either or both.
Just give me the straight answer already.
Certainly. What was the question?
Is there somebody else in this house?
No!
That's what he says. But does he know? Look, we've got a killer on the loose, a missing dead body, 1 dead cook, and all these murder weapons. The rope, the dagger, the revolver, the candlestick, and the wrenches. Hey, wait a minute. Where's the lead pipe?
What?
No, she's dead.
Is his body dead again?
Oh my god!
Somebody catch her!
Where did this happiness go?
In the bathroom. I opened the door and there she was. I thought she was attacking me. She lunged.
Dead people don't lunge.
Well, she's certainly dead now. Who would want to kill her twice?
It's what we call overkill.
And why?
What's the difference?
Makes a difference to her.
Makes a difference to us. We've got to figure out who killed her, where, and with what.
Seems like it was probably the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor Plum.
What kind of game are you playing, Wadsworth?
This isn't a game.
You! The lead pipe belonged to you.
Oh, but I lost it when I went to the kitchen.
So anyone could have picked it up.
There's no need to shout.
I'm not shouting. All right, I'm shouting. I'm shouting. I'm shouting. I'm shouting.
While you clowns lose your marbles, I'm over here trying to do something useful. Have you guys forgotten about the evidence against us?
The evidence!
Body's briefcase is locked. There must be a key.
Key. Mr. Green, would you be so kind as to check this body's pockets for the key to the briefcase, which contains evidence to our past transgressions, so we may destroy said evidence forever and clear ourselves from any blame.
But she's so bloody.
I'll do it. Won't be the first time I have my hands on a stiff body. It's not here.
I see. Hand me the wrench. Empty.
Empty?
Ha! I told you body was a liar. Had the evidence in her briefcase my foot.
Well, then where is it? What does she have on us? I can't stand all this uncertainty.
I can assure you Miss Body possessed individual files containing incriminating evidence against each of us. But exactly where that evidence is and exactly what it contains, I could not say. All I know is that if found, we're all goners.
We must find this evidence and destroy it.
Yes, so we can move past this and get on with our miserable lives.
Evidence aside, first things first, we're in a room with 2 dead bodies, 6 murder weapons, and the cops are on their way.
Not to mention the homicidal murder maniacs about. Let's put the weapons back in Body's bag and bring them into the broom closet. There.
Wait, what are you gonna do with the key watch?
I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
But what if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
But what if you are?
I have an idea. We'll throw it away.
Excellent idea.
How do you do?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb the whole household, but my bike broke down out here, and I was wondering if you could give me a ride.
Very well.
Use your phone.
Would you care to come in?
Yes, absolutely. Well, where is it?
What, the body?
The phone, what body?
What? There's nobody. There's nobody. Nobody in the study.
No!
But I believe there's a phone in the lounge. Right through this door. And when you made your call, perhaps it'd be good enough to stay.
Absolutely.
Now, listen. I estimate the police will be here in another 29 minutes or so. That gives us plenty of time.
To do what? Get killed?
It's true, we must identify the murderer, but my immediate concern is recovering the missing evidence.
I suggest we handle this in proper military fashion. We split up and search the house.
Split up.
Yes.
But then one of us might run into the murderer. Come on,
Well, then one of us will discover who the murderer is.
Yes, but then one of us will be dead.
But this is war to speak of. Casualties are inevitable. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Every good cook knows that.
Yeah, then look what happened to Cook.
Connor, are you willing to take this chance?
Well, what other choice do we have?
None.
I suppose you're right.
Sure!
You
Five
see
minutes
time.
For the gods Candace house.
Alright, choose. Divide and conquer.
And remember, no funny business. We must work as a team. What am I saying? It's not like any of you would come upon the missing evidence, purposely hide it, and then blackmail the rest of us for an unseemly but substantial fortune.
Obviously
Great. Now, you'll know when you found the dirt when you find an envelope marked confidential.
That's essential.
And confidential.
Let's meet back here in 10 minutes.
What if one of us doesn't come back?
We'll remember you fondly. 6 suspects, 2 murders, and an envelope full of missing damning evidence. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but we have no time. Ushers, lock the doors. Now we're in this together.
I'm in this big house, and they got me locked up in the lounge. And what's even weirder is all these people here and having some kind of party. One of them is my boss from back when I used to.
Where is it?
Where's what?
The evidence you snatched out of my hands, you idiot!
I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
give it up, say, Sabrina!
Alright. I snatched it, but somebody snatched it from me. Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you!
That's right, you're looking directly at me.
Hey, look! Scarlet flowers. My favorite. They smell divine. You know, I grabbed the petals on your neck. The smell is irresistible to men. Oh my god! In quarters!
Come on, it's just a flower. You don't need to get so emotional.
No, not the flower, Colonel Smarty Pants. A secret passage. Come on.
Ladies first.
Oh, roll it. How should I know? The lights are off. Turn them on. I would if I could see anything.
Well, here, maybe this will help.
Oh, the lounge. Of course, we forgot to look in the lounge.
I never started considering the dead motorist in the chair.
Dead motorist in the chair!
Let us in!
Let us in!
Let us out! Let us out!
You can't, the door is locked.
You have the key, Wadsworth. You locked the motorist in here.
I did. I do. I don't. The key's gone.
Gone! There's a murderer on the loose. Please get us out of here!
There's no alternative. I'm just gonna have to break down the door.
Wait! I have an idea! Everyone, stand back! Come on, I'm done shooting.
Why were you shooting at us?
To unlock the door?
Well, you could have killed us. I could have been killed. This is not a battlefield.
La-di-da, Frenchie. You're at least something, aren't you? Say, where did you get that gun anyway?
It's a broom closet. It was unlocked.
Unlocked! Impossible. I have the key. I have it. It's gone.
Gone!
I thought you said you threw away the key to the broom closet, Wadsworth.
I did say that, but I didn't do that. We got distracted by the motorist at the door, and I forgot. One of you must have snatched the key from my pocket while we were searching the house.
So whoever took the keys is the killer.
Precisely.
I am so smart. Sometimes I impress myself.
Speaking of killer, there's a dead body in the lounge, you know.
Again?
The motorist is dead.
It's true. Now we have 3 unsolved murders.
3? But which one of you killed him?
We found him together.
The door's locked.
Yeah, nice tricking through a locked door. My husband would have appreciated that. We went through a secret passage from the conservatory to the lounge.
Who designed this place?
Parker Brothers.
Maybe we go away.
I'm gonna go open the door. It's the decent thing to do.
Don't worry. It's not police.
It's the police! Good evening!
Good evening. Expected you.
You have?
We haven't.
I was just passing through. I saw a broken down bike near the gates of this house. Did a motorist come by here to ask for assistance by any chance?
Well, actually, yes.
No!
There seems to be some confusion here.
Yes.
May I come in and use the phone?
Of course you may, sir. You can use the phone in the lounge.
I'm a porter.
Of course. My mistake. You can use the phone in the study.
Occupied?
If you please, sir. You may use the phone in the library.
You all are acting very peculiar. What's going on in the lounge and the study?
Lounging, studying, this way.
I'd like to take a look.
No thank you.
What?
This way.
I'd like to have a look if you don't mind.
Of course, officer. Let me take you on the grand tour of Body Man. Body Man was crafted in 1784 by Lord Reginald Bodies. Body Man was declared. Lord Body discovered an antibody that would save everybody. Notice mahogany floor? Did you know this?
What? Where'd everybody go?
Who? Notice the brass doorknob. It's crafted specifically by Lord Body in 1784.
Listen, I don't care about the doorknobs, mister. What are you hiding in those two rooms?
What do you?
The lounge and the study!
Oh, those two rooms.
Yes!
Officer, I really don't think you should go in there.
And why not?
Because it's all too shocking.
Hello, officer. Welcome to the party.
Not all that shocking. These people are just having a good time. It's a free country.
I didn't know it was that free.
Excuse me.
Evening, officer. How do you do?
Are these men drunk?
Dead.
Oh, I couldn't. The chief would kill me if he knew I was drinking on the job.
Good if you do, but if you don't.
What?
Have a lovely evening, officer.
The same to you. Why didn't you tell me it was a party? I don't know what you were so worried about. There is nothing illegal going on here. Just make sure those men don't drive home drunk, okay? You call them a car.
A long black car.
Terrific!
The library officer.
Thank you.
All's clear. You can come out now. Impressive. The criminal mind's an incredible beast.
Yes.
That was
pretty good.
Now, we have to finish searching the house. The police are due here in another 25 minutes.
But the police already came.
Not the broken down bike police, the criminal investigation police. We must finish searching the house.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Oh, I thought you was a killer.
Did somebody cut this line? Hello?
Who's up tonight?
Oh, look here. You know, there's something really funny going on around here. You know, the lights just went out and you know, the mansion, the manor, the one up at the top of the hill, really ugly.
There are the lights.
I mean, the Lord said, let there be light.
The Lord having mentioned why the lights were turned off in the first place.
Oh, who cares? We're still in the dark anyway. We're no closer to solving the murder mysteries or unearthing the evidence against us. You hear that?
That's a tough one's off the hook.
It's coming from the library.
The murderer must be.
Gordon, I'm going in.
What are you afraid of?
Be worse than death.
No, just death. Excuse me, Mr. Cobb. Can I get you anything? A phone book, perhaps?
Hey, well, aren't you a question cover? Hang up the phone and ready to ride with him.
We should be safe in the study.
Maybe we can escape through the window. Let's go!
You're singing telegram.
serious. 6 suspects, 6 murders. Mrs. Body in the study, the cook in the kitchen, the motorist in the lounge, the cop in the library, Yvette in the ballroom, and the singing telegram girl in the hall. Our evening's guests may be gifted at breaking the law, but they surely need work on breaking the case. So, who is the killer, you may ask? I'm sure you have your suggestions, but we have no time for that now. Very well. In order to figure out who the murderer is, I believe the best course of action is to start from the beginning. Sometimes the most obvious answer is right under our noses.
I thought the cat was dead.
Yes, Colonel. So nice of you to join us. Now, let me take you through the evening, step by step. Now try to stay with me. At the beginning of the evening, Yvette was here, waiting to offer you all a glass of champagne. The doorbell rang. I recognized it was you. Yvette offered you a glass of champagne. The doorbell rang. Mrs. White, pale and tragic. I introduced her to Yvette. They both flinched. A rumble of thunder, a crash of lightning. Mrs. Peacock, green, plum, scarlet, all arrived. That's when the cook banged the gong. And we all adored to the dining room. You found your names by your places. And you had a letter, and you had a letter, and you had a letter. That's when we went into the study. Mrs. Body gave each of you a gift, and you opened them. That's when Mrs. Body turned off the lights.
What's the lights on?
Miss Body lay on the floor, apparently dead, but she wasn't really dead. She was really alive. But we didn't know that yet. Next, Mrs. Peacock drank her drink. Mr. Green suggested it might be poison. Ah! I had to stop her screaming. Then, suddenly, we heard more screaming. It was Yvette in the lounge. You let me in here with this murder, you idiot! But one of us wasn't here.
Who? Mrs. Peacock.
No, I was there. The rest of you.
When you heard Yvette scream, we all ran from the study. But you lagged behind. I'm in an aggravated state of shock. It was a perfect time to commit murder. May I?
Be my guest.
Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger.
God forbid!
I found you fell in the freezer, Mrs. Peacock, and it was your dagger that stabbed the cook in the stomach.
Poor woman, I thought you liked her soup.
It was my favorite.
That's when we went into the kitchen. Mr. Green, you were under the cook's corpse for approximately 2 minutes and 57 seconds. That gave us no time to recognize you were even gone. That's when we decided to bring the cook's body into the study. When Body's body was gone, that's when Mrs. Peacock stumbled into the room. With Body on her body because Body had been bludgeoned by the bathroom in her being with the lead pipe.
It was Mr. Green in the billiard room with the lead pipe!
Preposterous.
I found your disgusting hanky just outside the bathroom door in the billiard room. Right when Miss Peacock was attacked by Miss Body the second time she died. And it was your lead pipe found in her skull. Can you stand the thought of Body getting away, huh? So you bludgeoned your brains out!
Don't be ridiculous. I can't stand the sight of blood. It wasn't me.
That's when we decided to put the weapons back in Body's briefcase.
To the hall.
That's when I discovered the motorist.
He was killed in the lounge.
But who killed him? The door's locked.
It was Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench.
I never lounge.
You saw he bought it, grabbed the wrench, and did the deed.
Preposterous, I didn't even know the man.
To Colonel Mustard, your driver for life, Mike the motorist.
Don't touch that. Plus, I found you looking conspicuously in the conservatory. Scarlet flowers open the secret passage to the lounge, but if I remember correctly. and only have 4, meaning you had already left a pedal to the passage to the lounge where you pummeled the motorist to death with the wrench.
Never underestimate what you can do with a wrench, Mustard.
I know how to fix a sink.
Then the doorbell rang. It was the cop.
That cop who used to come in the library.
It was Miss Scarlet in the library with the kids.
I didn't do it.
Oh yeah? Then why did I find your cigarette holder and stack of books in the library?
Give me a break. You found my cigarette holder before the cop even arrived.
Aha! So you admit you were in the library. What were you doing, huh? Lying.
How can I plot the murder of a cop I didn't even know was coming?
I rest my case.
I didn't kill him, but I do know who killed the scene telegram girl. Who? It was Professor Plum in the hall with the revolver.
I couldn't have. You had had the gun when she shot the lounge door.
But she passed it to you when we ran to the front door, hiding in that stupid French hat of yours. I found it when we were searching the house.
Proves nothing.
And you shot the scene telegram girl before she could finish her correct rolls. Look at what kind of dirt she had on you. Bet she was an old patient of yours or something, right?
I've never seen that woman before in my life. This is ridiculous. It wasn't me.
I know. It was Mrs. White in the dining room with the ballroom. And with the rope in the ballroom.
I'd rather die.
I saw you came in cringe when you noticed the bed. Plus, you said your third husband was an electrician. Stands to reason you know your way around an electrical panel. So it was you who switched off the lights and strangled Yvette with a rope.
No. Yes, I'll admit it. I knew Yvette. She had a torrid love affair with my late husband. I hated her. Hated her so much. The flames on the side of my even heavy breaths.
Mrs. White?
But I didn't kill her.
So in summation,
Thank God.
it was Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger, Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench, Miss Scarlet in the library with the candlestick, Mr. Green in the billiard room with the lead pipe, Mrs. White in the dining room with the rope, and Professor Plum in the hall with the revolver.
Wait a minute. There's still one thing I don't understand.
Just one thing.
Now two.
Freeze! None of you move!
What were?
You all thought it was Body who was killed tonight, but that's impossible.
But she was hanging all over me.
It wasn't Body who was hanging.
But if Body wasn't Body, then who was she?
She was Water, my butler.
You Mr. Body.
Oh.
I would like to thank you all for killing off my network of spies and informers, which you all did splendidly, by the way. And now, with all these murders, I have you all on the hook for murder. Murder?
Wait, we can all rush him.
Is there not any more bullets left in that gun?
I'm not gonna fall for that old trick.
It's not a trick. There's one shot of Spotty in the study, 2 for the lounge door, 2 for the cast, and 1 for the scene telegram girl.
That's not 6.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
No, only 1 shot on the cat. That's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if you're right, don't be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Okay, 1 plus 2 plus shut up. There's 1 bullet left in this gun, and whoever moves is gonna get it.
So you can keep blackmailing us? And pretend like this never happened?
Of course.
That's the plan?
Why not?
I'll tell you why not. Larry Goodman! FBI!
Mr. Green? FBI? That's sniffling stooge! Did any of you see this coming? Ushers, unlock the doors!
Quick talking to the audience, Wadsworth. We should now call you Mr. Body. The jig is up.
Are you really FBI?
That's right. The real Mr. Green got a letter just like each of you. Only he came to the bureau to ask for help. I've been agent out of the Hartford office, which apparently a Denver for me. I took his place tonight, so we can have a sting operation.
Some sting. 6 people died to watch.
They had to use me, because the real Mr. Body here knew what Green actually looked like. I usually work the Hartford desk on property crime. You know, theft, fraud, and the like. I've become a bit of an expert on all the pickpocketing. That's how this large envelope marked confidential, ended up with me tonight, and not with any of you.
You had the envelope.
We had our suspicions. Oh, it's all here. We've had suspicions for my find, but I never, ever imagined it would be this rich.
Let me see that.
Let's take a look, shall we now? In here is Wisconsin County Book, containing client names and dates of service. Proving she's one of these highest grossing matters, and giving plenty of motivation as to why she couldn't come. Who's listed right here on her payroll.
Give me that!
Then we have a love letter addressed to none other than Professor Plum.
That's private property.
Seems like that singing telegram girl was the underage daughter of the head of the U.S. Department of Social and Behavior Sciences. Looks like she was just about to clean today, who most certainly would have cleaned out Professor Plum. Guess that's why I killed her.
Now see here.
And these negatives. My, oh Michael. You're quite the leader of the Scots establishment. Seems like you would have gotten to keep unfortunate military title if your old driver, that unfortunate motorist who stopped by the house tonight, had informed you Major General where he drove you every Tuesday night.
I wanted someone to talk to.
Talk, huh? That's a democratic way to put it.
I'm a Republican.
And poor Mrs. Peacock. Here's your Bible, completely hollowed out from the inside. Made it pretty easy to stash your cash for bribery, you know? Too bad your old cook couldn't keep her mouth shut. If only she hadn't told Body your secrets. Maybe she would still be alive today.
God forgives all.
And Mrs. White, you really won't lie, will you? You really did hate Yvette.
So much. The flames. The flame on the side of my human.
Here's a container holding fingerprints, collected at the crime scenes of the previous murders.
I did kill my husband.
Fingerprints that I'm sure the FBI gave it a match to the rope tied around Yvette's neck.
I wore gloves.
I mean these?
Damn it!
And last, but certainly not least, Mr. Bobby Body.
It's rubber.
I hold in my hand an FBI file on the whole big Body family. Your butler, Washer, had been feeding us information for months. I can see why you killed her. Your shop missed her in the study, but she wisely played dead. Awfully good actor. Had us all convinced. But while we were all running from the kitchen of the dead cook, you found your sneaky butler trying to make her escape out of the bathroom and bludgeoned her to death with the lead pipe I left on the bar cards when we were at the kitchen. Well, that's convenient. And you left her dead in the bathroom, propped against the door for poor Mrs. Peacock to encounter moments later.
You swine!
The Body family's been wanted for organized crime, blackmail, and murder for generations. But they've always eluded the law. Until now. Tonight, the Body family business has reached a dead end.
You leave my family out of this. I'm it. I'm melting. I'm food for work. I'm dead. Now.
He's dead.
Not yet. Now.
I'll tell you, this is the most exciting night I've had in a long time. And now, you're under arrest. Boys, gives all the evidence against them. Oh, and some tapes in the building you may find useful as well.
The tapes!
All right, who done it?
They all did. But if you want to know who killed Mr. Bunny, I did in the study with this revolver. Okay, Chief, take them all away. I'm gonna go home and be with my wife.
God bless.